Well, good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for being here, and particularly our students and faculty, staff, and alumni. This morning, we want to talk with you and the board about UAB, our successes and our challenges. I want to acknowledge that the past several months have been difficult for the UAB family. I've heard your frustration and concern. I know that trust has been lost, but I want you to know that I'm committed
Whatever.
to restore that trust.
To suppress our undergraduate identity.
I am committed to building and maintaining positive, constructive working relationships with all who love UAB. We have already said. I've been meeting campus-wide, formally and informally, with our students and faculty groups. I've met with our alumni and community leaders and supporters. And we formed a number of new task forces to address some important issues, such as shared governance, faculty-related issues, student life, athletics,
What about our conference?
and campus security. These groups, along with campus leadership, will help advise me on ways that we can increase communication and move our institution forward on all fronts, for all parts of our mission. I'm also having very productive meetings with our alumni, donors, and community leaders, and they've made very positive and constructive suggestions for change. I thank you for your continued
Bring back
input
our football,
and
rifle, and
guidance.
bowling.
Yes.
I also want to thank each member of the Board of Trustees for the contributions you make to our state. We appreciate that you face many challenges in governing our system. And I want to thank you for the time, attention, and support you have given us. Working together is key. Campus-wide, community-wide, statewide. And this university is continuing our long tradition of collaboration. Even amid challenging times, our innovative spirit continues to inspire us in our pursuit of knowledge that really will change the world.
You don't know what you don't know.
During this period, we have not stopped working daily to pursue our mission on all fronts, and we will continue to move UAB forward.
Bingo!
I'd like to share with you some of the highlights. The last year has been highly productive. We have made groundbreaking discoveries and innovations in all parts of our mission, and we are continuing to work together to ensure our progress. Our planning has been and will remain dynamic and continually evolving and collaborative. Every school and department is identifying top priorities and actively collaborating to achieve them. This is a pictorial representation of our comprehensive strategic plan.
Pictorial?
That we have 5 very important mission pillars. We are undergirded by our schools and our College of Arts and Sciences and all the organizational aspects of UAB. And each and every part of this has a very thoughtful, deliberate, strategic plan to guide their pathways toward progress.
Uh-oh, y'all in trouble.
To enhance our student life and accommodate student needs, we have several beautiful new facilities that will be completed in the next 6 months. Our Student Health and Wellness Center opened last fall. It has transformed our health and wellness program. Our residence hall will be open this summer, the new 714-bed residence hall right in the heart.
Security is watching.
And our new
You gotta make sure you don't say nothing.
will open this fall.
Thank you,
As
Carol.
you heard this morning, some of our new undergraduate and graduate degrees and majors we have continued to develop around the strengths and opportunities and needs of our society. And our Honors College continues to attract the very best and brightest students. And our programs within that Honors College continue to thrive. Recently, we just had our third Rhodes Scholar, who was a member of the University Honors Program in the Honors College. Listening to our students in important dialogue over the recent weeks, we have agreed together with the administration and the leadership and the students to create a new Vice President for Student Affairs position. That will give the students excellent representation at our leadership cabinet level, and I look forward to our continuing personal dialogue, but working with Provost Lucas and her staff and his Vice President for Student Affairs. We got great opportunities ahead. We want to have an impact on education throughout our state. And we have had our faculty lead some important initiatives and have obtained extramural grant funding to support these. The UAB Teach Initiative is to prepare more highly qualified science and technology, engineering, and math educators for middle and high school students. This is a special program of collaboration between the College of Arts and Sciences and the School of Education to allow these students in these disciplines to also take additional courses and be certified as teachers when they finish their 4-year degree. Our joint initiative with community colleges, where they are automatically admitted to UAB if they successfully complete those first 2 years, is growing. And just in its second year, we have now almost 400 students enrolled. And our University Academic Student Success Center has helped more than 4,000 students with important study skills and helping them be successful in their undergraduate
He's gonna kick her
program.
out because she's got a real cough.
We got a landmark grant from the Department of Education, and our students across the midsection of central Alabama, who are in some of the poorest and most underserved counties, this is a $49 million grant that our faculty will work with teachers and leaders throughout those areas to take 6th and 7th graders, mentor them, and follow them through their graduation from high school with the goal of positioning them to be effectively prepared to receive a college and university education. And obviously, we hope that many of those students will go back and serve their areas going forward. Our research programs continue to do well in spite of the national challenges. And as you heard earlier, we were fortunate this year to finally, without increased funding to the NIH, to finally help our faculty and recruit other faculty together to move us up in our NIH funding. And you see that many of our schools rank highly among their national peers. Our School of Dentistry ranks first in the nation. Our School of Public Health ranks 9th in the nation. The School of Medicine ranks 26th in the nation. And Nursing ranks 31st in the nation. And all of them have plans to grow. We had some landmark recent large gifts as well to look at antiviral drug discovery in collaboration with SRI, and a large study of pregnant women looking at the risk of hypertension in that population. These groundbreaking research is leading to leading-edge technologies and new treatments for many of the serious diseases that we face. As you've heard before, our material scientists continue to develop new and innovative materials that help with many walks of life. Our cyber forensics and justice science group in cybersecurity is one of the top not only in the nation, but in the world. And we've had an important revolutionary breakthrough in diabetes this past year. It may lead to a very important disease-modifying therapy. We have worked hard to make sure that we are focusing our efforts in the areas of greatest promise. Personalized medicine, genomics, and informatics are going to be the fundamental basis for the future of modern medicine. And under the leadership of Dr. Vickers, you approved in the last year our new Personalized Medicine Institute, a Center for Genomic Sciences in collaboration with Hudson Alpha, and a new Institute for Informatics. And Dr. Vickers and the team just recruited the inaugural director, Dr. James Cimino, who's one of the giants in the field of informatics, and he'll join us in the coming months. Dr. Bob Kimberly and a large team of faculty worked tirelessly to submit a competitive renewal for our Center for Clinical and Translational Science, which will fund the infrastructure for our science going from discovery to new and revolutionary treatments. And it's in collaboration with all the universities across Alabama and also with some in Louisiana and Mississippi. We intend to remain among the nation's most effective and impactful research-intensive universities. And to do that, we cannot simply maintain what we have. We must continue to grow. This is the intersection of University Boulevard and 18th Street. You can see on the far left the Shelby Biomedical Research Building that stands. This is the recently renovated and completed School of Health Professions. Beside it, our new Student Health and Wellness Center. This is a rendering of the School of Nursing building addition that you approved for stage 1 at this meeting. We plan in the next 2 to 3 to 4 years to build a new genomic medicine and data sciences building, which will house a lot of the growth around our personalized medicine, genomics, informatics, and data sciences programs. We want to work and have continually worked to try to advantage our faculty and help them be as competitive as possible and as well prepared as possible, and to work together so that they can be competitive in this very tight funding period from the NIH and the National Science Foundation. Our goal, and we've achieved it in the last year, is to recruit at least 10 additional funded principal investigators across all of the disciplines in areas of opportunity. And as we do this over the next 5 to 7 to 8 years, it will have a tremendous impact. It will result in a lot of job creation, up to 500 over these 7 or 8 years. Leading scientists, engineers, physicians, public health leaders, and we will bring up the funding close to $50 million of additional NIH funding. It'll have over $100 million impact economically on the Birmingham area. Our healthcare delivery systems are among the best in the nation and the world. We now see over 1 million patient visits annually. Our hospital is one of the largest and most technologically advanced and capable hospitals in the world. And we continue to have one level 1 adult trauma center, and the Children's Hospital, our sister facility, is the only level 1 children's trauma center in the country, in the state. As you know, we have a world-renowned Comprehensive Transplant Institute. Just one of the recent successes has been that our group has the longest living donor kidney chain delivery and donation and transplant program in the history of medicine. There's now over 35 people who have donated and received kidneys from somebody they don't know if they want to give one to their own loved one or somebody who they hold dear. And so this continues to be a wonderful addition for those who are at kidney failure and who need a life-saving transplant. And our imaging and facilities continue to be second to none. The economy of Birmingham is very important to the state. and we are the largest employer and the largest economic footprint in the city of Birmingham and our metropolitan area. And throughout our program, we serve the entire state every day. We want to continue to evolve our research and development into commercial opportunities where appropriate. The Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship is off to a great start, but we have even more potential. We have a very strong partnership with Southern Research Institute, our sister institution. The Alabama Drug Discovery Alliance is delivering new potential life-changing therapies in that pipeline. And we have over 15 now that address the most serious diseases that we face. And we intend to develop treatments and cures through our collaboration here. We also want to continue to innovate around medical technology, which continues to be very effective in helping people's quality of life, their duration of life, and solving important problems. And Innovation Depot is just an example of what can happen when people work together. We now have over 95 companies there, and they graduate about 10 or 12 a year, and they take another 10 or 12 in. And the economic impact you can see has been tremendous, and we're getting to a point now as we begin to plan around economic development of considering an Innovation Depot 2 or a successor and a partner with this great successful program. Community service is very important to us, not just in our city, but across the state, across the nation, and around the world. And our Cancer Community Network is now providing our capability to millions of people across the Southeast. Our Equal Access Birmingham Clinic, which our medical students run, has seen over 600 patients, individual homeless patients, in that ministry over the last 2 years. And our Sustainable Smart Cities Research Center collaboration with the city of Birmingham is continuing to achieve recognition, support, and opportunity for making sure that we have the most sustainable and healthy city possible going forward. Our employees are generous, not just with their time and their community service, but with their own personal funds. Last year was the best year ever for our benevolent fund, and we raised over $1.9 million. That was in the first year of our philanthropic campaign, which was the greatest year we ever had philanthropically. And our employees have contributed to both. They have contributed, we have contributed over $1 million to the United Way of Central Alabama in the last 2 or 3 years, and that ranks us at the top in the giving category for our many, many people in need. We took some extra resources this year to put a challenge grant, and you can see that it was given the Magic City Harvest with the goal of providing fresh food to people throughout our community. And this year, with some of those resources, we also built another Habitat for Humanity house in Pratt City. Our performing arts programs continue to serve many, many thousands each year. In the performances, we've reached over 110,000 people with world-class arts and our own arts coming out of our music and theater and other programs at UND. The Institute for Visual Arts and the Abrams Eagle Institute has hosted already more than 6,000 visitors with world-class exhibits. This past year, we put together a new initiative that takes advantage of all of our arts educational programs and takes those artists, whether musical or performing or visual, into our hospitals to minister to those in need who are facing life-threatening serious diseases, both in Children's Hospital and in University Hospital. And just in this first year, it's been so successful that the demand has almost exceeded our capacity, but we continue to expand. And just in this past year, we had a wonderful symposium looking at the brain's ability to change in response to disease and in response to mind and spirit. The Dalai Lama was our guest, along with some other distinguished neuroscientists from across the country, and it reached over 100,000 people through the internet. The Campaign for UAB is our most successful campaign ever. We raise funds to partner with our institutional resources to invest in all the initiatives that our faculty and staff and students and community partners have put together in our strategic plan. Since the campaign kicked off in late October of 2014, we have raised over $142 million. And that, with our silent faith, puts us at well over $560 million to our goal of $1 billion. December was the most successful we've ever had, and we raised almost $17 million because of the valued efforts of not just our development staff, but our faculty, employees, our staff, our students, and certainly our co-chairs for this philanthropic campaign, Teresa Bruno, Mike Warren, and trustee Johnny Johnson. We continue to be really grateful for the support that we receive, and we want to maintain this momentum and reach our goal by the end of 2018. All of these gifts are going to areas that our donors are passionate about, and they're across every part of our mission. And we partner those interests and those passions with the work being done here and give our faculty and students a greater opportunity to be successful. So innovation and transformation truly will move us forward, along with collaboration. And I'd like to now introduce our Faculty Senate Chair to give a presentation on behalf of the faculty and the Faculty Senate, Dr. Chad Epps. After Dr. Epps, Angela Wagner, our Undergraduate Student Government Association President, will also give a presentation, and then I'll give some closing remarks after their remarks. Thank you.